It's raining, and I'm out here playing with the SMTA. Just a little update. We're in the 40s. We're going to probably hit 50. But today we're going to talk about the SMTA and what's been done to it since I bought it. One of them videos. All right, we'll flash back to RES auction out in Worcester, the Rooster. Oh, I'm sorry, Worcester. Only Rooster is pronounced Rooster, not Worcester. But yeah, we can start right with the front here. Check the wheel bearings. They're like new. All new radiator hoses. And yes, finally a proper belt on the alternator. You remember that, I don't know, what do they call it, the link belt. And of course you saw in a video I ran new hoses, new Pioneers, push in, pull out, love them, brake lock, toolbox, new lights, camera action. Let's see what else. Oh, fix the this here so it can crank start, man. I want everything to work on this. Why not? It's not a tractor I'm going to get rid of. That's for sure. Replaced. Oh, where are you? Oh, that hose there. It's replaced. That one was also bulging, and I just never got around to it. The last time I ran this tractor, I had it on the 14, or I had the 14 footers behind it, and it pulled them well, and here's a clip of that. Did little things to it, replace the cap up here, new muffler, new manifold. That's a new hose. Got the wire all covered up, looks neat and tidy. New bulb in the rear. I do have a knob coming. I am gonna make sure that works. I'm going to tighten this down. No, I don't like that wobbly and stuff. But yeah, 12-volt bulb, new battery cables, PTO shield cover. Let's see, what else have I done? You know, something like this. He threw an improper spring in there. And what I'll do is I have a heavy-duty spring. I'll just replace this, get this out of here, replace this, and be done with it. Fix this TA lever. I was having problems with it. I would pull it back out in the field, and it did pop out sometimes on its own, so fix that. Clips back nice, stays back nice, is nice. Release. And of course, new Firestone Field and Road 15.538s, and they're probably 90% tread. I mean, really nice. They'll last me my lifetime, and so will the tractor, quite frankly. New brake pedal springs on there. Probably one of the last things I'm going to do is get rear wheel weights for it. Probably just one set, and that's fine. These are not loaded. And then I do have a set for the fronts, and of course, you know, that's probably more going to be for looks than anything else. But yeah, all the belts are new now, and should last me a good bit. I don't know, somebody was talking about should put an electronic ignition in this. I don't know if I will. If anything bothers me, I'm not a fan of the Delco distributor. If anything, I'll go IH distributor and go bloop, run it like that. But that may never happen. And stuff. I need to flush out this reservoir and get some new Hy-Tran in there. I did also replace, this does have the Charlin power steering, and I did replace the filter. And this is the old filter that was in there. I don't know how old it was, but at least it had a filter. I've done oil changes, or not oil changes, but pulled filters, went to pull filters like this out, and there wasn't even one in there. So yeah, I replaced that. As far as the power steering fluid, I just use Hy-Tran. If you guys are using something else, I mean, you know, you can have a Balin, or, you know, on your M or Super M or whatever. Let me know what you're using for power steering fluid. Maybe you're using power steering fluid proper, but yeah, for me, it's just all Hy-Tran. I may rebuild this carburetor. I haven't given it too much thought yet. There is a certain point in time, not under load, and at idle, sometimes I think the needle valve's just doing a little bit of sticking, and that probably is from long-term ethanol fuel use, which I don't do. I run all non-ethanol in my tractors, and it saves on your needle valve. And who knows, maybe the float needs just a little bit of tweaking, adjustment, and I can do that. Power steering belt. Yep, and there's your reservoir right there where I changed that out. Of course, you saw me take the thermostat housing out, put a new thermostat in it, new gaskets. I really believe that these gaskets in here were original. When I first took the housing off, I looked and I said, man, there's no gasket on there. Well, upon further review, there indeed was. And you know, I just got a flathead screwdriver and was able to peel it right off of there, and it came off, and I was able to clean the surface up real good. And just little things, you know, if you just inch your way there, then you're fine. Did an oil change and filter in the process. Anytime you do an oil change and filter, you do your air cleaner too. Level right there. I use the same engine oil for this as I use for that. That way it's just one and done and easier. When I first bought this tractor, I was not able to read the serial number. The first 3 is 703, so we are good there, and we're going to fire this thing up and see how she runs. Been sitting out in the rain for about a day. Heaven forbid. This gauge cluster was a cluster of a mess when I bought this tractor. In fact, the light switch here didn't even turn at all, and I'll show you a clip of that. Okay, we're not reading anything on the, that must not be connected. Connect, I cut. It's just an SMTA, man. You know, it is what it is. Let's see if the lights work. Not that that's a huge deal. Well, shoot, I can't even get the switch to turn. But she's got a switch I ain't seeing. That switch, I'm guessing this whole box needs tore apart. Things need addressed. Yeah, okay. This is the only original. I kept this still here. I just sprayed some WD-40 on there and got it working pretty good. This is new. The fuse holder is new. The wiring inside is new, pretty much. And then of course I converted this over to alternator. And but yeah, you go to my Farmall SMTA playlist, you'll see me playing with this and getting it all right. And honestly, this was all stuff that I was completely willing to do. You know, just a bunch of little stuff that a tractor that is worth putting the time and money and effort into, I had no problem doing. Now, just like I said in the last video, no cheater starts. So, we're going to fire it up, see what happens. Little bit of choke. I shut the choke off. throttle up, wouldn't it? Running. I also added this on here, just a little finishing touch. Sounds good, thunderous. It's really become one of those tractors that I just can't drive enough, you know, with the finger steer, you know, power steering and just the sound of it, and the feel, and just, yeah, it's one of them there deals, man. If you know, you know. And I'd love to take it up the road, but salt's a thing here this time of year, and I will not drive my tractors in or around salt. I've seen the devastating effects at auctions, and you know right away when they've been driven in the salt. Like if guys use you know, a certain tractor to spread manure in the winter and they buzz it down the road, you know, 2-3 miles, it's just devastating over the years. Now I'm driving across this soybean field, and a couple of you have asked how the beans did, the very late planted beans. Man, I can't even remember when I planted these. Was it July 24th, 22nd, 21st? Either way, this is the stubble that you're seeing in the video. Hopefully you're on a big screen where you can see it a little bit better, but they didn't do good. Surprise, surprise. I always pound the potassium down when I plant soybeans, but it was too late in the game. It just was, and that's fine. I had a good hunting year, I will tell you that. Stretching its legs out today. I also had people ask about my late planted corn, and you know, this was planted July 1st, 85 days, so an early maturing corn planted late generally doesn't bode well, but this did. I had enough nitrogen and the pH was just right, and a lot of your stalks got 1 ear. That would be expected with 85-day corn. Some got 2. That would not be overly expected late planted, early maturing. But there is corn here still, and chances are I happen to know somebody with a picker. Yep, a picker and a grinner. And we might come in here and do a little collab and whatnot. It's up to him, but yeah, I think it'd be a ball. Come in here and see what's here. Of course, I'll walk it first before I just blindly come in here and pick, because they may not be, juice might not be worth the squeeze. But yeah, that's the saga, that's the story. Yeah, and you can see we're charging real nice, so that makes me happy. Just a little bit of wiggle room in this steering wheel. That nut needs about a 1/4 turn tighter. Most people wouldn't even care about that, but it's the little things. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoy this tractor. I doubt that, but auction season's coming up. We're going to go ballistic this year. It's going to be one for the books, one for the platform, one for the Commandant. Boom.